This is Bill Clinton. I did not have sexual relations with that Lumia 1520. And this is the 25.4 podcast.
Another hastily assembled program presenting inside opinions and forecasts on major issues of the day.
Hello, everybody, and a big thank you to former President Bill Clinton for that intro. It's our big 10th episode. It's a milestone, so we're pulling out all the stops tonight. And as we talked about in the pre-show, we are going commando tonight with no show notes. I'm your host, Andrew Long. With me, as always, is Tim, Robert, and Brandon. Good evening, gentlemen.
Yo.
Howdy.
Give yourselves a nice big round of applause and a pat on the back, because clearly we've done something spectacular in making it to 10 episodes.
None of us have gotten...
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly. None of us have gotten so incredibly bored with this that we wanted to quit.
Uh-oh.
It's valid to have thought that we wouldn't have done this many.
Well, I think we entertain ourselves so much that we couldn't stop.
Very true.
So what's happening?
Nada.
What's happening? What isn't happening? Apparently a whole lot of nothing is happening.
Yeah, I still don't have Windows 10 on my icon, damn it.
Well,
Would you really want it, though?
Is that your fault?
Really?
didn't we talk about this last week?
It was
Yeah, we did, but it's still kind of one of those things, you know? I must have the new hotness, and I don't, so it's frustrating.
So didn't you just do what everybody else did and went out and grabbed a 635?
Well, I already have a 635, but it's not my daily driver, so I'm not, like,
Exactly.
really experiencing Windows 10.
So, but couldn't you just stick your SIM card in your 635 and use it? If you really
No,
wanted
because
to?
I'm on Verizon, and that 635 is an AT&T phone, so no, I cannot.
Well, whose fault is that?
Well, that sucks to be you then.
Well, it really sucks to have unlimited data that I can tether to my computer.
So then you flip Wi-Fi on your 635, and voila.
But it's not a phone. It's not like I can't carry it around like my daily driver.
What do you
And
actually
text
do on your
messaging.
phone that you need? Do you actually make calls on your cell phone?
Yes, I actually do make
You
calls
do,
on my
really?
cell phone. Yes.
Because I don't.
No, but it's your whole tethering thing, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it all,
Yes,
always
I can
comes-
tether with LTE in rural Iowa.
It
so
always comes back to that goddamn unlimited plan.
unlimited, baby.
But your unlimited plan doesn't include any tethering, right?
Does not included, but right now I'm getting
it's
it
not.
comped for by work. So what's up?
You'll make a shout out to them.
Don't get sassy.
I probably should, but at this point, I mean, we're 10 shows in. I would hate to mention exactly who I work for and have somebody go back and watch the previous 9. I'd probably get fired.
Now, we edit all that stuff out, remember?
That's true, we do. I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, we would never do such a thing.
So, but we do all have...
Let's do some sort of post-processing on this show.
We do all have Windows 10 installed on a phone, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So we're all about a week in. Do we have any further thoughts since last week's show?
I think Tim's the one who's probably using it the most out of the group.
I am not a week in. I'm 3 days in. So I enabled the install, but never actually did the install last week when it hit. And then Sunday night at 3 a.m., it went ahead and installed itself and disabled my alarm for the morning. Because that was the time it was set to update. But it was actually really slow, really choppy after the upgrade. So I ended up just wiping the phone. Not wiping it, I used the you go about settings and just reset your phone. So I had a stock Windows 10 OS
This
on
is
the
your
device.
830, right?
Right on my 830. So I'm used to some form of lag, you know, resuming to get back to the home screen and resuming to open an app. I've actually noticed a lot of that type of stuff is gone, but overall it runs quite well. It's The major pain points for me are there's some weird animation stuff with the extra tiles. So like when you know how you can, let's see if I can get this to happen. So like when you bring down the tiles, you'll see kind of that second row up there was visible, and then it takes a second to disappear. It does it every time. It's not that big of a deal. Launching the camera from the lock screen doesn't do anything. Like I'm sitting on lock screen, but I'll flip up, and it just, some of the overlay stuff with lock screen and Action Center is really twitchy. Other than that, man, everything is great. I couldn't get a single app to launch after the upgrade, and that's why I did I just wiped it. But it's been fantastic ever since.
I actually followed your lead and did the same thing to my 635. And same thing. I noticed a dramatic improvement in
Not even the
how
same
usable it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little slower on the 635, but again, I see the same stuff. I think some of it is perception because of the glitchiness of things like the start screen. I've noticed. Have you noticed an accent color flash quickly across your entire background as you're transitioning from one page to the next?
You know what? Now that you say that, that's probably overlaying or hiding the resuming animation, right?
Maybe. I don't know, but I see it everywhere. Every transition from one app to the next, or with one page to the next within the same app, you get that brief flash where the whole screen is your entire accent color, background color.
Let's see if we can get it to. So I'm gonna open money down here, which I've not opened at all. Flash,
Yeah.
and then it pops in.
That's some awesomely ingenious, lazy programming right there.
It-
People are
it's just
complaining about the resuming. Let's just flash a color in their eyes.
Hey, I forgot about resuming because of it.
Because you don't see it.
Right.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just this jarring flash all of a sudden where the resuming used to be now.
So I'm
setting off all the
attributing.
epileptics.
Yeah, but I'm attributing the flash to the first release. You know, that type of stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's probably high. I mean, and remember, this isn't this is not Windows Phone. This is Windows 10. So whatever's going on with that flash is inherent in trying to bring Windows 10 down to this form factor.
So are you guys
Funny
seeing
Problem.
anything in? You guys seeing any issues in 10 for the phone with the amount of time it takes the thing to resume to Wi-Fi or pick up Wi-Fi spots?
I haven't noticed any difference.
I've
One
never
thing-
noticed an issue
been-
in general.
I've been sort of playing around with my 635 a lot, and I've only had it on Wi-Fi. And I was watching it before the show. It probably isn't going to do it now. But if you look at the Wi-Fi, well, I don't know if I can get that to focus or not. But you know how it shows. Just shut off. But you know how it shows like
If you use the dark theme like a man, we'd be able to see that.
suck it,
The light theme is better.
suck it, Brandon. So, but you know how it shows the arrows on the Wi-Fi, I guess, when it's trying to connect
Right.
or is connecting, and I'm seeing them.
No,
Well, that's not.
constantly.
that's data transfer.
Yeah, that's transfer.
Is that
that's
what
not
that is?
connecting. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That means it's working, Andrew.
Oh, that's good then.
It means the opposite of what you thought.
I'm glad I had
There's
you guys
this
here to
thing called the
educate me.
internets. There's this thing called the internets, and we transfer these thing called bytes away and tubes.
stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
No, the reason I
And
asked
so-
is because I'm noticing on 9926 on the desktop that it takes forever to pick up on Wi-Fi hotspots. Like when I open my laptop at home, it takes probably a solid minute before
So-
it picks up my home hotspot and
That's-
kicks in.
That's just not something I don't think you're going to notice on the phone because you just assume when you're in the office or at home you're on Wi-Fi. And if you're not Wi-Fi, you're just using data. So
Well, and then
Doesn't-
you also have the additional setting when Wi-Fi Sense, or is it buried somewhere else other than Wi-Fi Sense, where you can tell it to use your cellular connection, your data connection, if it loses connectivity. So you may still be connected, showing that you're connected to a wireless network on your phone, but it's actually using your data plan because of whatever reason. It's like if your router goes down at home, your Wi-Fi doesn't necessarily reflect that on your machine.
Yeah.
Other than the
No,
absence.
I get all that. This is like straight up, it shows that it's not connected down in the notification center, and I will sit there and stare at it for like a full minute, and then all of a sudden, bing, everything lights up.
Yeah,
This is on your Yoga?
Yeah, this is on the Yoga, and it didn't do this before 10. So 10 build 9926 is where I first started noticing this. And what's worse is that if I pop open the machine and I see that it's not connected and I'm too impatient and I click on it and I go to forcefully connect, oh my God, I have all sorts of issues after that. It'll drop randomly, it won't reconnect, it'll stop finding all Wi-Fi hotspots, just all of this stuff if I don't let it do its job.
I used to have that on my ThinkPad. That happened every single day, and it sucked. And I don't have it on my Dell.
I'm hoping it's not a Yoga issue and that it's just a 10 issue, but we'll see.
So riddle me this, Batman. I want to change the time in which Windows waits before prompting me for a freaking passcode, and I cannot find that. This new fancy settings menu, everything is just buried in a list underneath another group.
Go into settings and go into
personalization.
System.
Okay.
No, hold on.
No, that's not it. Try the next one.
So there's a lock screen under.
Yeah, personalization, lock screen. Scroll all the way down, and at the bottom there is the advanced settings link.
And that
because this is an advanced thing you're trying to do here, Timmy.
Right, not just the basic turn the damn passcode on or off. Yeah.
That dumps you back into the old menu. That's why. Yeah. Well, thank you, sir, because that's been infuriating me all fucking week.
And I was about to get pissed that I forgot because it was infuriating me no less than an hour ago when I was trying to figure it out myself. Because I was setting up the project my screen and I wanted to turn it off and turn off the sleep, so the screen stayed on the whole time, and I was like, motherfucker, where the hell is that goddamn mute option?
This is why Robert has like 3 other podcasts and a whole bunch of side gigs going on, because he is the man.
So settings really overall is just kind of a disaster.
It's worse than it was before.
Yeah, it's still a disaster.
It was faster to scroll up and down 3 times than to pick a sub-menu.
Remember what the settings was like in the first Windows 10 preview last fall. It was exactly like this, where it was half and half between control panel and it was just crap.
That's true.
What are you looking at? What are we looking at?
This is the background page, and it's like 1/3 of the vertical space of the page is used, and then there's like 2/3. And I switched my theme to dark, but this still is showing in the.
All those new settings pages are white.
You never know. You don't know what you're gonna get with them. You get black on some of them, or some of them show up in white.
Let me show
all the controls, like the toggle on this is tiny, and it's a different toggle than I did a screenshot of the toggles in the settings page for the Photos app,
new oval
which is
style.
a new universal app. Yeah, so I guess that's probably part of the deal. That's the new Photos app is universal now, so it's probably new controls, but it's just bizarre.
Real quick, we got to give a shout out to our boy Brian Crisp. Just secured his build registration. See you there.
Very nice.
Another person that's not named Andrew Long going to build.
You know what? If you guys don't send me the build by going to the GoFundMe page, pt4.com, there will be puppies that die. I'm not saying it's a direct correlation, but all the same, though, I don't think you want to take the chance of having that on your conscience. So.
Did you just threaten to kill puppies?
No, I did not at all. I just said that puppies will die.
Puppies will. Oh, so you're just making a prediction for no apparent reason.
I'm just saying that.
He's basically saying if he doesn't go to build, the sun is gonna go down.
25pt4.com. Click on the GoFundMe link. Yeah.
I don't know why you just don't behave like a proper American and just go into debt to-do lists like the rest of a normal person.
I'm already in debt, so
I
I can't go into more.
I second Bobby's statement. This is totally worth it.
When I want something,
So-
I generally don't let already being in debt stop me.
What's a little
This
more?
is America.
Yeah, now you shop at Zales too, so
Sure. Well, this is why I shop at Zales.
He says while he drinks out of his apple mug.
So one other thing I've noticed on here, and I don't know if it's the 635 or if it's the Windows 10 preview, but in the store, when I pull up an app and click on the screenshots for an app, none of them will open up.
Okay, yep, I had that too.
So I don't know what the deal is with that, but that's bizarre.
You guys, I hope you guys are reporting all this stuff through that feedback thing, right?
We're not as
on.
OCD.
How do you get to the feedback thing?
Be
Is it like
good little
down,
soldiers.
down volume and power or something?
When I go to this,
It was down at the bottom of the app list for me.
Oh.
Clear down at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Here's what happens when I do the down volume and power, which I think is what's supposed to be.
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
don't
wait!
do
It did.
that.
Oh, it did. It came up finally.
It does take a while because it
Two
snaps a
minutes
screenshot.
later, and it came up.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
snaps a
they make-
screenshot. Does some
they-
fancy.
They make medication that'll speed that up, Andrew.
What?
Didn't come up fast enough.
Oh,
They make stuff for that.
it's not that it comes up too fast. It's that it stays too long.
Then he has to contact a medical professional.
How do you get rid of that? Usually I think about baseball, but sometimes that doesn't work either.
Oh man. Ooh, that was TMI.
I like how it's the two old guys talking about this.
I have the penis of an 18-year-old, Brandon.
Bald and
No, that would be a 12-year-old, Tim. I don't go there.
I wouldn't know.
18-month-old.
Okay, no.
And now I can read. I guess I can read other people's feedback now. Huh?
Yeah, and you can see how
Kinda cool.
ridiculous some people are.
I gotta say, the one thing I don't like about this whole Windows feedback thing in Windows 10 is you can't directly upvote somebody else's feedback. That is supremely annoying to me.
The Me Too feature.
I've tried that. You hit the Me Too, but then it asks you for your own feedback. No, I just want to +1 that shit.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I don't like about it. It's confusing because then I'm like, okay, if I start typing words into this box, is it a whole new thing that's gonna pop up? You know, with a 1 beside it, or is this add-on text to this person's thing? I don't know because we don't ever get to see what this thing looks like on the other end. I wish they'd fix that, make that a little more transparent.
Well, I have an update about my 930 and my DT 903.
Yeah, I saw you got a grievance here.
Wait, is this a
I've already
grievance?
Yeah, I've already done mine. Sorry.
I know you kind of jumped the gun, but we should make it all official.
Well, I have the penis of an 18-year-old.
I got a lot of problems with you people.
All right, now you can go.
Now it's legit.
So there's been the suggestion that I should repair it with the 830 and go into the device hub and do a reset, and that will magically fix the problem.
I like the sarcasm.
It does not. It was a good attempt. I don't want to be too. I'm glad somebody offered that as a possible path, but that didn't work. This is a international 930, and this is a charging plate. I don't know where it was produced other than made in China. So I don't know if there's different regulatory things about the Bluetooth in it because it's being sold in the U.S. But I have a very strong suspicion that if I were to go to, say, Expansys UK and buy one of their charging plates and have it shipped over here for over $100, I'll bet you money this 930 will work with it. I think the problem is the difference in radios because of different markets. That's my suspicion. I have no hard evidence or math to back that up, but I can't. Everybody else that's overseas that has a 930 and this charging plate, it works for them. Doesn't work for me for some reason.
You talked to all of them?
Yes, every last one of them. I think there were 4 in total.
That sounds about right.
Yeah,
Maybe 6.
Isn't that totally believable? That's so sad.
Well, having worked on a product that is wireless that was sold in the U.S. and the U.K. and Japan, I can tell you there are different radio frequency bands that are used, at least in the 900 megahertz spectrum, that we had to adhere to. So there was that difference. So
Yeah.
it's a good hypothesis for sure.
Oh well, that'll be fine because I'm sure there's a flagship with the right wireless charging standard and everything on AT&T that has all the right specs and everything that I'm just going to salivate all over, right?
Oh, really? Salivate?
That's going to
It'll
happen.
be announced at Mobile World Congress, I'm sure.
That's going to happen. Yeah. So.
Which should be that's coming up, isn't it? Is that in February or March?
I keep getting fucking emails about it. They're spamming the shit out of me.
I just found out my company is actually is having a presence at Mobile World Congress today. That kind of threw me for a loop. That was an interesting development. I don't know why I'm talking about that.
So you going?
Well, I was totally all about what you were saying until you said AT&T. So then I lost interest.
Haven't you seen the commercials with Lily? Cute little number.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And the whole.
You just watched The Blacklist. I'm sure you probably saw like 5 commercials with her during that show.
I DVR. I don't watch commercials. I don't have the attention span for that shit.
Wasn't The Blacklist just on live?
Yes.
No, I watched the DVR version. I do not watch live.
Okay.
Looks like Mobile World Congress is going on right now. No. That can't be right.
No,
that can't be
that's
right.
2014. Boy, that's an old-ass email. Holy shit.
It just got to you because it's in Spain.
It's
I was like,
on which ship was it on, the Nina, the Pinta, or the Santa Maria?
Oh my god, yeah, they like freaking carrier pigeon that shit over here.
Oh god, I don't have.
That can't be.
I remember the names of the ships. I'm shocked.
Your 8th grade English teacher would be super happy with you.
Mrs. Pyle.
March 2nd, 2015 is Mobile World Congress.
Okay.
All right.
I knew I had some spam from these guys.
I'm sure we'll have a lovely low-end device to look forward to.
Here's the Lumia 330.
Aren't they running out of numbers?
I don't think that's possible there, Andrew.
I do have a curiosity as to what I mean. There was that allusion to them actually going and changing the branding and marketing around how the phone models were done. So I'm really curious to see how that goes. What do you go to from this clusterfuck of a modeling scheme?
They need documentation for it, like to go along with the design guidelines.
They just name it with a word, like icon, but refer to it with a number everywhere else, like 929, which is insanely easy to follow. So fucking stupid.
Well, and it's like that with all the phones. I mean, everybody's seen it. Like, for example, the Lumia 930. This particular Lumia 930. What is the name of this phone?
Oh, yeah, like the RM73500.
Yeah, it's just this ridiculous, and it has no bearing whatsoever. It's like, okay, come on. Get with the program.
But even with Verizon and the icon, you can literally go to Verizon's website and search for Lumia 929, and everything for the icon pops up. Because you remember how that whole thing went down, right? It was going to be the 929. It was announced. Yes. It was leaked and all of a sudden, oh no, we're calling it the icon. It's all 929 on the back end. It's so funny. Even like when you buy one, it says 929 on the receipt. It's hilarious.
The Lumia 930 is the manufacturer name RM10-1045_1006.
See, they're not going to run out of numbers, Andrew.
If they stick with 4, 5, and 6,
that probably includes all like the R&D devices that, as are going through, just trying out different things, different combinations, and whatever combination you get there is what actually was released. I'm trying to apply logic to something that probably doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's where you're way off there.
Are we in After Dark now?
Not yet. I'm gonna wrap it up here in a second, and then we're gonna go to.
I've got an affirmation.
You're gonna have to hold on to it.
Somebody here did their fucking homework. That would be me.
That's not how we do the show anymore.
Damn it. God.
So, I was just going to make one last comment before I close the show, and that is, in spite of all the shit I give on the low-end Lumias, the 635 is actually a pretty decent little phone.
Yeah.
For $50, I could almost see me being able to use it every day as a phone, but probably not.
I think it's kind of like the iPhone 5C, and that was a great phone.
Yeah, and even like the software buttons, the back window and search buttons, are not bad at all to use. I don't mind them at all. So
no, the only issue I've ever had with that is swiping up and down with Action Center and accidentally hitting the on-screen start button.
Yeah.
And the 635 doesn't have a camera button either, right? If I remember right.
No.
No.
But a lot of them don't
That's
anymore.
the other thing that threw me for a loop. Well, they don't anymore because they're trying to jump into that. Hey, if you make an Android phone, you can make a Windows phone. Don't worry about the buttons, yo.
Yeah.
But.
So we'll talk much more about cheap Lumia phones in the after show, and we'll even let Brandon get his affirmation. But we're going to wrap things up for the audio-only portion of the show. Be sure to follow us at 25.4 Podcast on Twitter, 25pt4.com on the web, and we are available everywhere you find your favorite podcasts. Join us again next week for another exciting, informative. Brandon's falling asleep over there, so I must be talking too slow. Join us again next week
fucking hurts, dude.
for another episode of the 25pt4 25.4 podcast.
Amateur hour.
We try.
On
This is
record.
our leader, folks. This is our
That's what
leader.
happens when you do it live.
And yeah, we'll edit that out, right?
No, we won't.
So if you're watching live, stay tuned for 25.4 After Dark. If you're listening, get yourself to the web as fast as you can and watch the full episode. Until then, Seacrest out. All right.
And break.
Oh, well, we can talk about the moose in the after show, too.
Yeah, we can talk about what Brandon's doing to the moose. Good
Hey,
lord.
hey.
At
Molesting
least
them.
we can see the moose, so we know that it's not being BJ the moose.
That's what the moose's nickname should have been.
Well, that was one of the options on the poll. BJ.
Hummer? Was Hummer one of the options?
No, BJ.
Oh, that would have been way better than BJ.
Hummer would have no.
Well, I think we can override and just declare that's the name now.
Well, I'm gonna check the poll with Straw app and see.
The question
Because
will have
this
to
isn't a
be.
democracy, it's a cheerocracy.
Well, I guess a lot of this will be dictated. How mad would it make your wife, Brandon, if we nicknamed the moose Hummer?
She ain't gonna care.
She really doesn't have any control because we can
So
call
it
her.
doesn't matter what you think.
Yeah.
If you want me, I could turn the laptop.
Do you really need the gay guy in the group to explain to the married heterosexuals why that really doesn't fucking matter 99% of the time?
We can mute ourselves and you can.
Good.
I could do a new poll with Straw, and the four of us could vote on it again, just like we did on this one.
Okay, there it is. The next app from what's the Six Crit Labs or whatever the hell, Spoof Studio. The next app from Spoof Studio needs to be Stroll with Paw.
Stroll with Paw. That's a good one.
That's awesome.
Do it.
That is good.
It needs to be a little game where, like, you have an animated grandfatherly character whose name is Paw, and your whole goal is to take him
my
on a
gosh.
walk through all these different neighborhoods and avoid the gangbangers and the drive-bys and the random mugging.
Okay, so that's Stroll with Paw in Oakland.
So
That's what it could be. It could be different levels. Stroll with Paw in Minneapolis. It's
There
just
you
kind
go.
of avoiding hipsters and trying to stay warm. Stroll with Paw in St. Louis is trying to avoid, Southern hicks.
God.
Stroll with Paw in Oakland is trying to avoid getting shot. I like this idea. I think we're onto something.
The Stroll with Paw, the special Ferguson feature pack. Where was Zimmerman?
I'm staying out of this conversation.
I just want to say we have 3 people watching live.
We had 4 at one point that I saw.
Yeah, that last comment
pretty
probably
epic.
chased somebody away.
That's a record.
That was a joke, by the
Well,
way.
maybe the Spoof Studio people are watching and they'll pick up on that idea.
Interesting game.
It's awesome though. I love it.
Yeah, I
Write
like
that
that
shit
idea.
down. I'm not going to do it, but somebody else
Stroll
that is not
Paw.
quite as lazy can do it. Stroll with Paw.
You can have Stroll with Paw Western Edition. And it's like back in the Little House on the Prairie days, and it's like a whole survival level.
You have died of dysentery.
Yes, yes, exactly. Stroll with Paw with little Laura Ingalls. That could be your character on
I think that's just Oregon Trail, right?
Hey,
Right?
no, that wasn't in Oregon. That was like Arizona or something. Wholly different state. Stroll with Paul will never go to Oregon. How about that? Problem solved.
I think Brandon's coming on to us in the Slack room.
Stroll with Paw in Seattle will be Paw being way too jacked up on coffee. And he's just going batshit crazy. Just hitting hipsters with his cane. Just whap, whap, whap. I like this.
I think that joke has run its course.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. It wasn't
You're
a
all on
joke.
your
Now
own.
we're brainstorming. Now
we're embarrassing ourselves. We've gone into that level.
All right, fine.
This could be our big startup idea.
Yeah. Well, and we have it on tape that it was ours, so there you go.
Right. So don't even try it, fucking
That takes
Ruben.
care of everything.
Unless a certain developer is watching, and then we might actually be in trouble.
Who would that be, Robert?
I don't know. Hootie Ruin?
Hootie Ruin.
Hootie ruin.
Oh, I
That's
blew
where a guy dresses up as a hoodie and goes through the Mayan ruins.
Who do you ruin your mama?
Oh
Hootie
my
Ruin.
goodness.
I totally
what
blew
was
the
this-
show closed because I forgot to apologize to Rudy for running out of time again.
Yeah, you
I
did.
can't believe I did that.
He's used to it by now. Who was good? Was somebody going to No, that was in the Slack room. Somebody was mentioning that Harris Whittles dying from that overdose. Now he's saying it's a drug overdose. That's unfortunate.
Really? He doesn't look like a guy that would do drugs.
I don't know. What do they look like?
Not like that.
Uh,
A lot of them look dead, apparently.
Well, certainly meth heads
So
have a
let's
very
talk about
distinctive
this.
look.
Let's talk about this Duo SM that puts Android on your Windows device. It's a full-blown Android operating system running on your Windows desktop. Even provides the ability to, get this, drag and drop between the OSs.
Where'd this
Pretty
come from?
damn cool.
Yeah, I glanced at that article before the show, and that actually, I don't know, sounds like something that'd be cool to install and
Was this
mess
on
around with.
Twitter?
I don't think I'll actually do it, but
It's in the show notes.
It's cool to talk about it.
yeah.
It's in the show.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's. I think it's. I mean, I don't like Android. I've got no reason to want to go play on Android because I just don't like malware. But if you want to
Wait, you have a
have
Lenovo, though, don't you?
Android, good point. Yeah, screw you, Lenovo. If that's on my Yoga One, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Wait, hold on. What was it? What's it called? What's the whole? What was it listed for the certificate signer? Shark. It started with an S.
Silverfish? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's it. Right.
So anyway, this DuoS, I mean, if you've got a bunch of stuff that you've purchased on Google Play and you're converting your way over to Windows land, you know, got yourself a Windows phone, got yourself Windows 8, Windows 10, and you still want to enjoy all your Android purchases, this DuoS looks like a pretty decent alternative for you to still, you know, enjoy them on your tablet. You know, your Windows 8.1 tablet can run this thing. It's pretty damn cool. It uses Amazon App Store instead of the Google Play Store. So I guess that's kind of limiting is what they're saying. But
it looked like, if you read the article the rest of the way, I know you have a habit of just reading the first few lines of things.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But it did say there's a way you can install a Google Play Store as well.
Well, see, there you go then. I'm glad somebody reads this shit that I find. Because I don't. But I might actually download it and play with it and just see, you know, just see what it's all about.
It doesn't have anything to do with Google. Sure.
It's built by American Megatrends. Isn't that the guys that did Amy BIOS?
I would assume so.
I think so.
Seems, American Megatrends seems like a really freaking old company, if I remember right.
Yeah, it's been on PC boot screens during the boot up process for ages.
Exactly. So American Megatrends went ahead and did a it is Amy BIOS because it's amyduos.com is where you get this OS. So yeah, it's the guys that did Amy BIOS. Huh. Interesting. There you go.
Probably not the exact guys, but
yeah, I'm sure some of them are dead.
Probably.
Yeah, they're probably dead.
It's only $10.
At the very least, you have to buy the damn thing. Oh,
it's free for 30 days, and then you can buy it for $9.99.
Screw that then.
Fuck it, I'm done with that. Never mind. Strike this whole conversation.
It's not $10 a month. It's just $10.
Yeah, but why?
Yeah, but after the novelty wears off for Brandon, it's
yeah, that's true. Why spend $10 on a lap dance when you can spend $3 to see to your place? Right?
What?
Usually it costs me more.
You can get a $3 lap dance at Robert's house?
That's all I
don't believe that anyone said anything about my house anywhere in that sentence.
I think we're taking a road trip.
You said at home.
Why on earth would you be interested in a $3 lap dance at my house?
Well, you didn't qualify the exact contents of said lap dance. I'm just kind of, you know, embellishing a little bit.
2 gay men live here. What kind of lap dance do you think it's going to be?
Well, I just didn't know if maybe your location offers a discount to all lap dancers.
I think your mama dropped you on your head. As recently as last night. Good
Oh, man. So, yeah, this thing runs Android KitKat Lollipop. So, who knows what updates are going to look like. I'm just moving right back along because I'm just going to ignore everything that's happened.
Even though you sort of initiated much of that conversation.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He's the guy that strikes the match, runs into the room, tosses it in the middle, and then turns around and runs out.
Exactly. I'm just...
Hey, good luck!
Boom!
And I've made the mistake of opening the Slack room and reading the last thing that a certain friend of ours actually wrote down, and that was the first thing I saw when I got to the room. Like, okay, I'm going to close that window now.
God damn
what that conversation's about.
This is why we can't have nice things.
It is. So, hey, can we talk about this Slack thing that got released today?
Oh, yes. Airing of grievance, for sure. I got it yesterday.
I've been using this thing for like 2 weeks. You guys are bitching a lot.
I just want someone to explain to me the purpose. What market does it serve? Is there a huge demand for Chrome wrapper apps on Windows? I don't get it. Why instead of releasing like a Windows Modern app and their Windows Phone app that they claim is in the works?
So I think its place is the Enterprise with Windows 7 and the ability to push out through various software deployment mechanisms to give your Nancy in accounting who doesn't know how to fucking browse to their Slack site or do anything like that. I agree with you as a whole. I mean, there's not really a huge use for it. For me, since I have 3 different rooms, it's nice to have them all in one place, so I can quickly switch between them. And I don't have 3 things pinned to my taskbar. But other than that, I do agree because it is just Chrome under the hood.
But if you sign in to the other 2 rooms, are you getting notifications from those other 2 rooms while you're logged into the one and you have that app running?
As far as I know, I don't get. Yes. Yep.
Okay, that's halfway handy then.
I mean, I can see that, yes, that particular feature is a great feature, but again, it goes back to that feature's not possible on the web. I mean, GroupMe did it.
That's a consent. Like, the user has to consent for Chrome to give you desktop notifications, and you may not get that in Internet Explorer. Whereas having a WPF wrapper around this gives you the full system tray, the seeing unread messages. I think that's really all this stupid icon does. Highlighting your app icon in the taskbar. That's about it, though.
Tim, you sold it. I can buy into that.
It's not a lot.
My initial thought with the Enterprise push was, couldn't they install Chrome by default and pin something to everybody's taskbar? Can't they do that push?
Yes.
With a script, a login script, can't a login script do that for them? But the point of not having to consent in the browser to get those notifications, that's a decent point. I could buy into that. Yeah, Slack's trying to break into the Enterprise, but I don't know. Good luck to them. I think it's a great platform. I wish they'd develop a goddamn mobile app for the fucking thing.
There is one for iOS. I've got it. It works great.
Yeah. I certainly also hope that their developers aren't as snotty to their enterprise customers as they are to fellow Windows Phone devs.
Yeah, no shit.
Can I show off?
Slow.
What on earth are you talking about?
I can't possibly imagine.
Can I show off and make you angry?
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations. You're a part of the longest beta in Windows Phone development history.
It's not even a beta. That's the best part. Hey, it works though. That's the thing.
That's just more frustrating. You know, the fact that you have an app that works great and they still haven't released the damn thing.
Yeah, it's like they're going for the best of the best that the app will ever be for the first release.
Yeah, analysis paralysis theory.
Well, somebody's not adhering to the just ship it already philosophy.
No.
They're doing waterfall mobile app development apparently. Let me know how that works out for you, Slack.
God almighty. That's terrible. So what's going on Twitter tonight?
It's quiet.
It is
I don't know.
quiet,
I like
actually.
the last Hold My Beer gif was pretty damn funny. I got a kick out of that one. Oh, a picture of a wet baby fox. That's just cute as shit. I'll retweet this now.
Is that is that now the last Hold My Beer gif, or is that something else?
No, it's stunning wildlife. I like that because I'm a fan of all things wildlife.
Oh, that's Totes Adores.
Isn't it Totes Adorable?
Did anybody see Ed Bot's tweet that Rudy can fail?
I unfollowed Edbot today, so I did not see it.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't follow him either anymore.
Yeah, I stopped following as well. What did he say?
Well, it just says Rudy can fail. It's probably some other shit that I don't know anything. Oh, Rudy Giuliani. You know what?
Yeah, there you go.
Unfollow.
He had an. Oh, did Eddie get his feelings hurt because somebody said something mean about Obama?
Unfollowed.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. He just, it goes
that was
back
a
to
live unfollow, folks.
goes back to what I've said. Why do really smart people sometimes act and say just the dumbest fucking shit? That's
what everybody watching this show thinks every Thursday night.
He throws these little, like, childish little kicking temper tantrums when people say things he doesn't like or that go against his political things. It's just this childish level behavior. It's like, come on, man, you're Edbot, stop it.
It's very bizarre.
You know, he's always been super chill to me, and then it was that whole VM VHD mounting debacle between him and I on Twitter that one night. I mean, holy fucking hell, dude. You know, he swore up and down. I can't even remember the details, but bottom line was he was like, no, you can do it. And I'm like, dude, I'm trying right now, and it doesn't work. He's like, I've done it, Brandon, in all caps on fucking Twitter. And I'm like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. You're telling me to do this, I'm doing this, and it's not working. Turns out he left out a step. Well, there you go. That kind of would have helped me out a little bit. If you told me there's this super important thing I have to do also.
And didn't things, if I remember correctly, didn't things kind of get a little... Is it at that point when you pointed that out to him that you got the unfollow from him?
It was like an unfollow or a block or something, yeah. Yeah, I was like, oh, in this post you linked me to, there's a step in here that is not a trivial thing that you must do if you want this to happen. Oh, well, thanks for leaving that out while you screamed at me saying it was possible. God damn, that was unbelievable to me. This dude that I have frankly looked up to in the Microsoft community, you know, for quite some time. I respect his journalism. I respect, you know, most things that he tweets about. You know, I love his cynicism. I love how he's brash in some of his opinions, you know, kind of like the rest of us on this show. But that day, it was just like, fucking A, man, you know me. Like, we have met face to face. We have hung out. Like, I don't understand why you're treating me like this.
It's the take my toys and go home attitude that just, you know, you run into people like that just can't handle the least little bit of friction or pushback on something, and then they just take their toys and go home. They don't want to play with you anymore. Like, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, who doesn't ever do that?
For me that day.
Who doesn't ever do that is Mary Jo Foley.
MJF's awesome.
He is so calm and cool and solid and even-tempered and just, you know, gets it right the first time, 99.9% of the time. Yeah, I like her a lot.
Yep, me too.
Thanks for picking up on that, Andrew.
Wow.
glad to contribute.
Andrew's our yes man.
No, but you know, it amazes me when people with some stature in their profession engage these. I mean, a lot of times they're just trolls on Twitter.
Yeah.
You know, looking for a response, and they actually engage them. You know, I follow Keith Olbermann not because I necessarily agree with everything he says. I think he's an interesting follow, but he does the same thing. There's a couple, you know, I'm the big golf geek. There's a couple pro golfers I follow that Ian Poulter is probably the biggest one who will do the same thing. You know, these people get under their skin and he engages them, which is just doing exactly what they want them to do for the attention. And it blows me away every time that somebody gets sucked in like that.
I'm a little confused. Are you calling me a troll?
No, I didn't say that. I said a lot of the time these people are trolls.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that.
I wouldn't call you that to your face.
To your face, yeah, I knew that was coming. Yeah.
At least he's honest about it. Right? I like honesty like that.
I'd create an anonymous Twitter account and then call you a troll. That's more how I roll.
Brandon is a troll. And then tweet at Brandon, hi.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, it'd pretty much be like that.
So congratulations to Daniel Gary and Gateway Apps.
Congratulations, play it.
I'm especially gratified to see that level of success for Daniel after the whole instance thing.
He's got another announcement coming as well.
Does he?
Nice.
Well done, tall guy.
He is a pretty tall guy.
I could probably say that about everybody I meet, but he's especially tall.
Not
Taller
Nate.
than, who's the other tall guy? Is Irving or
Rob,
Irving's a tall dude,
Irving's
too.
tall.
tallest Windows Phone developer? Go.
Rob.
Irving. Rob Irving. At least the one that I've met.
It's definitely not Joe
1%.
Belfiore or Ben Rudolph, that's for sure.
Well, neither of them are developers, so
Well, didn't Ben Rudolph do Pull with Straw?
he didn't develop
He
it.
didn't.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm sure he did every bit of it. I heard that actually Rudy did it.
I hope you're not serious.
if that's for real, then I'm gonna uninstall that right now.
Did you see that tweet from Lenovo US?
Oh, what are they? Are they trying to cover their asses?
2 hours ago, we're sorry. We messed up. We're owning it, and we're making sure it never happens again.
Doesn't fucking change the fact that it's still there.
It's like a bad girlfriend that says, "I didn't do anything wrong. What are you talking about? Everything's fine. This is okay. I didn't do anything wrong."
Oh, they provided a link to fully uninstall Superfish.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I got it wrong earlier. I said
Including the
Superfish.
root certificate.
I am going to fucking do that right now. I don't think I have that Superfish Visual Discovery. I don't think I have that.
Well, you check for the certificate.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now, y'all. This is live. This is live TV.
This is exciting. This is what people tune in for.
I came across a link on Twitter earlier that was basically a site that said, if you do not get a browser prompt that this is not a safe security certificate, then you are infected. And I can't find it. I clicked on it and I don't have it in my history.
Mm.
See, the thing that makes me wonder about this is this shows up in the programs and features, the Superfish Inc. Visual Discovery, and I've wiped my machine like 5 different times. So that part is going to be gone. And the certificate, if any of this is part of the OS, this is all gone off my machine because I've wiped this thing 8 ways from Sunday. But they made it sound like it was baked into the hardware.
No, it wasn't baked in. It was just the preloaded crapware, adware shit.
Oh, then I'm fine.
Yeah, if you've wiped the machine since then, you're good to go. Unless you reinstalled from whatever image Lenovo gave you that shipped with it, I would assume that if you use that restore disk, you're going to get all this shit back on your computer. But
yeah, you're probably right.
If you wiped it and put Windows on it yourself, you're probably good to go.
I'll admit, like Andrew said, I haven't looked into exactly what this Superfish thing is or why it's there or what it provided Lenovo that they would have installed it. So can any of you guys explain it for me in the audience that might not know?
Say that again?
So from what I read earlier today, I think that isn't it Silverfish? Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Superfish.
Superfish. Isn't a silverfish one of those ones that, like, if you're in a lake and you start peeing, it'll actually swim up the stream?
No, that's a chimera. That's a chimera fish. Silverfish is the centipede-looking thing with the really long antennae that usually show up in your basement.
Oh, so it's not actually a fish at all?
No, but it's called
I've seen those. Okay, I've seen those. Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
I just wanted to work that into the conversation. But
so you had nothing to provide to answer my question?
No, I do, because I did read a couple articles today about it, and from what I saw, the Superfish is actually some kind of adware, but that's not the actual exploit. The adware part of it,
it had the ability. The certificate gave the software, if I'm understanding this correctly, the ability to designate non-encrypted connections as encrypted, even though they were not.
Correct. And actually...
To what end?
As an exploit, I assume.
But so what I can't
to gain privilege to do...
What did Lenovo gain from putting this on anybody's machine?
So
I'm sure Superfish
they
paying
partnered with Superfish to install advertising software on customers' laptops. Normally, this wouldn't be a big deal, and then It's adware, blah blah blah, and then there's a list of Superfish features. Hijacks legitimate connections, monitors user activity, collects personal information and uploads it to servers, injects advertising in legitimate pages, displays pop-ups with advertising software, uses man-in-the-middle attack techniques to crack open secure connections, like say goodbye to your bank password, right?
Dude, Engadget just tweeted. Did you see this tweet? Pull up your feed and look at Engadget's latest tweet with the screenshot in it.
I don't follow.
Hold on a second. I'm going to screen share here. I got to show you guys this because this is pretty damning. Let me know if you see this.
Yeah, with the Bank of America certificate.
Oh, hell no!
So it says that it was issued to bankofamerica.com by Superfish.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Not cool, man.
Well,
Wow.
look, I mean, everybody's raping and raking Lenovo over the
that one there.
coals. But it's worth pointing out, and I forget who tweeted this out earlier. I'll have to go look and see if I can find it.
Me.
No, it wasn't you. It was the comment that Superfish, as a company, was on a top list of young companies to keep an eye on. This is Superfish pulling a fast one, Lenovo missing it and not catching it and just slapping things on their computers and selling them without bothering to make sure that they were secure. Yes, but at the root of this is Superfish's.
What makes you think that's not going to get found?
I don't know.
Like, that's so
Well, I mean, look
obvious.
how long it's been going on without it getting found. Who looks at their security certificates when they go to a site to see who the certificate was issued by as a matter of course? Nobody does that.
Yeah,
No,
I
it's
only would
true.
if I got one of those warnings, and I'm sure that the software is set up in a way that you're not going to get the warnings.
You're not getting one.
Right.
So the real lesson to take home here, folks, is when you get your PC home, just wipe the fucking thing every time. There's just no reason not to. When you unbox it, wipe it. Period. Always.
Or buy a Signature Series PC from the Microsoft Store, right?
Exactly. That's what you need to do.
Yep. So,
I
give me my free bill ticket.
I'm going to change the subject.
Well, my parents in fact, they had one of them shipped to me so I can set my mom's up. They bought 2 of those Dell Inspiron 11 laptops, and they got the Signature PC. And then I demonstrated for my dad. I had him pull up. He's very conservative, so he likes to go on to Breitbart.com. So I had him open up IE and turn on tracking protection, and got him loaded up with a list, and then had him actually, to demonstrate the issue, because the whole reason he's doing this is because he infected their computer with a virus, showed him how many services on some of these popular websites he likes to go to actually are getting blocked by tracking protection, and then explained to him he's like, oh wow, so that could be causing problems. I'm like, yes, that could be causing problems.
Maybe a couple.
So stop clicking on things. But it was good to explain. Now he was amazed because he started it up and goes, well, I didn't get prompted for a virus thing. He's had enough PCs to it. He knows that this is the way this goes. He's like, no, I just got the Windows questions and put everything in, and then that was it. I was done.
Does he have a Texas accent like that?
Yeah. I do too when I'm really drunk.
Nice.
It was Scott
like a half
Humble.
beer?
Yeah. It was Scott Humble on Twitter that said Superfish is number 64 on Forbes' most promising list of companies.
Not anymore.
I think they dropped down tonight to.
Yeah.
I think those guys are all trying to figure out what to spend their money on real quick.
Yeah. Headquartered in Palo Alto. So at some point, the
Fucking
outrage.
Californians.
The outrage that's being directed at Lenovo is going to get turned on Superfish once that level of prominence is discovered. because this was their deal. This was their deal. I mean, you can fault Lenovo for dropping the ball and not making sure that what they were putting on their computers wasn't bullshit, but I think that's where that has to stop. It has to go towards Superfish.
So should we plug what was it Tim? I think it was Tim found today the the Dropbox switch to OneDrive and get a free 100 gig.
Oh no, that was me.
Oh, that was it. Preview.onedrive.com/bonus, and if you have a Dropbox account, you can get 100 gigs free for the next year. Meanwhile, Dropbox is trying to update its Windows Phone app.
And that only works if you don't have an Office 365 subscription, because you get unlimited storage with 365.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Well, I think Nate said he did it, right? Doesn't Nate have?
Yeah, you can go through the process, but if you have, it's not going to add it if you have the 365.
And I found you can use the same Dropbox account for multiple Microsoft accounts and get the bonus, because I did that with all my Microsoft
Oh, that's going to be a
accounts.
loophole. I'm going to sign into my wife's account tonight and get her that.
Boom, 100 gigs. Thank you, sir.
So apparently we had Archie Coder, Sebastian, just put in the room that Lenovo just tweeted, personal note, after a long day of Superfish meetings, Lenovo colleagues are working hard to fix this. We'll work even harder to restore trust.
Go to Dell.
So
Go to Dell.
Go to Dell. I like that.
Seriously.
If Dell had any brains at all, they'd have a big no Superfish sign up on there. But they're just as bad. I mean, look, I'm sorry. They're just as bad. HP is just as, I guarantee you, there's some piece of crapware on these OEM, all of these manufacturing OEMs that's doing something similar.
Packard
Well,
Bell's
you know
the
what
worst.
what I'm more concerned about is that latest news that dropped about the NSA having software in hard drive firmware all over the place that you can't get rid of. That's the one that concerns me a little bit more than the Superfish stuff. I thought that this Superfish thing was a little bit more along the lines of that level of exploit and that level of malware, not just installed on top of the OS that I can, get rid of with a simple reinstall.
Why does that concern you, Brandon? What are you trying to hide?
It's not, hey, those who sacrifice privacy for security deserve neither. Or something like that Benjamin Franklin said a long time ago.
Let's go through that again.
It was, I don't remember exactly what it was. It's something about those who sacrifice liberty for security deserve neither. Something like that.
You got it right. That is, the quote was correct. You got it.
And
right.
I questioned you, and you gave in. You weren't supposed to.
I wasn't 100% solid on it. I just knew the meaning behind it. Stop giving in to the big government. Doesn't matter what your reason is. They don't deserve it.
Well,
and I know Robert supports me because he's a good conservative guy.
The homo's a conservative.
It's an enigma.
Mind blown.
It's kind of like putting the headphone jack on the bottom.
Yeah. It's not even, the older I get, it's not even about conservative, Republican, Democrat, progressive. It's not even about any of that. It's about common fucking sense. That's all it really is about, is common fucking sense. Common sense.
I'm sorry, guys.
There it is. I found it.
That's really all it is. It's just common. Everybody just display some fucking common sense.
Tim, what did you find? What did you find, Tim?
CanIBSuperfish.com.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
That sounds a little risque.
You're supposed to get prompted for a security error.
I do get prompted for a security error.
So you have not been superfished.
I would
and
hope
I did not get prompted.
Go to the site. They have the left shark from the Super Bowl on it.
I would. I got it an IE. You didn't get prompted with an error when you put it in?
No, I did not get prompted. I'm looking at IE right now.
You're Superfish, dude.
And And I just went through all the steps they showed on their site, and I don't have it.
Did you spell it right, Tim, in the chat?
Yes.
It looks like cannabis.
Because if
Hold
I go
on.
if I do it in IE, I get an error. If I do it in Firefox, I get an error. If I do it in Chrome, I get an error, just like I'm supposed to.
I
Now I
wonder
just
if my
lost the
tracking
tweet where that
protection
came
isn't
from.
taking active.
I was supposed to retweet that, and I lost it. Twitter rate limits. Fuck you.
Yeah, I've got a tracker. Tracker blocker is killing it.
Oh, okay.
Tracker blocking is on for this website. Double-click ads are on the website. Nice try there, person. Look at this. Everybody's trying to make a fucking buck today.
I had ads on, so I don't see anything.
Related links. Salmon fishing charters, Alaskan fishing trips, sport fishing on the fly.
That's
What
funny.
I don't think this
fucking
is the right
browser
one.
are you in?
I don't think this is the right link.
Did you click on? Did you? I pasted it into the chat.
I know, and I swear to God I spelled it right.
It's not fish like super fish. It's fish like fishing attack.
You replace all the F's with PH.
NIV super
PHAT.
fished. I got a security error.
Aren't you a fan?
If Rudy were to do that, six tag would be six fag, right?
Oh!
What?
I can say
What are we talking about?
That is
I have
Andrew.
absolute moral authority. I can say that.
No, Andrew.
What are we
said
talking
you
about?
have to replace all the F's with PHs.
PHs. So if
Yeah,
I
so
was
where do you,
F's,
how do you
not
get that from six tag?
It would have
I
had to
don't-
be six fag in the beginning.
I don't know. I'm just making conversation.
So that none of the followers are worried about me, I did get prompted with the security certificate error.
My followers,
So-
let's be honest.
Oh,
Yeah, is it
don't
even
worry,
watching
folks.
us?
I'm breathing a sigh of relief.
Don't worry, folks. I'm clean. I'm clean.
The Castro
I think
will
we
be
should-
glad to know that.
To get a second opinion.
So you got the clap out, Brandon? Now playing.
I can get the clap out. I got the clap out.
And we're down
All right.
to one viewer on YouTube, so
One viewer. Well,
I
there's
still
that.
see two on here on the Hangout.
Where do you guys see the viewership?
I browsed to
Bottom right. Does it not show for you guys?
No,
No.
I browsed
don't
to
see
the.
it.
We're not administrators.
Yeah, you're not
YouTube
quite as special as I.
No. We're just the
So
trained monkeys.
how did you guys vote to Gabriel Owl, however you pronounce his last name's tweet about whether or not you want him to ship fast and maybe not support all the phones, or wait until everybody can be as supported as possible?
That was Belfiore. That
we
was
did that
sorry,
live last
Belfiore.
week.
Whatever.
And
You
we
know
did
what
that.
I meant.
We did that.
Didn't
on
we
the show.
didn't we live sort of do that
Did we?
last week?
I don't
I
know
was
that.
going on during the after show.
Oh, was
Yes.
it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Oh, yeah, that's right, because he was retweeting some of us. That's right.
Yeah,
All right.
and I didn't get
Well,
shit.
so we know the answer to that.
Yeah, you
still
were all
didn't get
butthurt because it took forever to get a retweet from him.
Did you eventually get one, Tim?
No.
No, you didn't. Oh, that's comical. Sorry.
No.
Oh, before we wrap things up, I want to give a shout out to Timothy Huber, who has taken the first step in turning his life around and followed the 25.4 podcast on Twitter. So,
Hey, all right for that.
way to go, Timothy.
Timothy was also he won $250 in impressions for Mad Duplex last night too.
Nice.
Well, in that
Yeah.
case, geez.
Oh, he is working.
So
I
maybe
won
he
$8
follows
on the Powerball.
and you donated
and you're still
that,
here.
I'm still here because this show means that much to me.
but you didn't donate it to Andrew's GoFundMe.
I did not. I donated it to my child's chore jar.
Is that going
You
to
get-
help Andrew get to build?
Seems
It's not.
counterintuitive.
Okay.
I really think you're sacrificing your children to make this happen.
Sacrifice your children.
Jesus, man! He's killing puppies. He's sacrificing children. Good God, nothing's sacred around this guy.
Your kids are at the age where they would probably fetch their peak value, I would think.
Yeah. So you've moved from killing puppies into child trafficking.
What are we? Oh my God, we're all gonna get
Trafficking
arrested.
is such a bad connotation.
Nobody's
why.
gonna build
I
at this
prefer the word
point. We're all gonna
placement.
We're all gonna get intercepted at the airport. I have to fly somewhere in March, okay? Oh my God, I'll hate you all if I get thoroughly searched in March because of this conversation.
Well, is your wife going to watch this show?
Probably not.
So we can tell her what you're expecting while you're out there?
I already did. Birthday.
In
Okay.
Arizona.
Mr. Bill Clinton has showed up for the podcast. Nice tweet, Tim. Like that.
That's President Bill Clinton to you.
Who did that? Was that you? Who did the voice?
You really couldn't tell it was me?
He outsourced it. Paid somebody to do it.
It was
thought
actually
it
Bill
was,
Clinton.
No, it was
Who-
good enough.
Who's
'cause
that
it was
guy?
Quiet
Who
enough.
does the Madden impressions and the dude who does all the
Frank
impressions?
Caliendo?
Frank, that guy. There you go. Get him on the show.
Daryl
Wouldn't that be
Hammond did
awesome?
it. It's really my impression of Daryl Hammond's impression of Bill Clinton on Saturday Night Live.
Okay then.
Don't
All right.
even know what that means. Yes.
Is everybody else getting
New
hungry for fajitas?
developer.
Ooh, jeez.
I don't follow this guy. Why do you guys follow this dude?
Couple
I don't-
pictures.
I don't think I do either.
Who are we
Why?
talking about?
Windtag
Why?
Kyle is tweeting pictures.
We're talking about
Tina's
the
freaking
Bandcamp member that likes.
I'm sorry. Did what did you say?
I'll just go to Slack. I'll show you some stuff.
Oh, okay, because I thought you said Winfang Kyle was tweeting pictures of his penis. I swear to God, that's what I thought you said.
Good God Almighty!
They don't look that bad.
Giggling.
Maybe I am just hungry, but
There it
Oh
is.
my God. All right.
I still
Served up.
like the astute observation that Homeboy was clearly doing his interview from Bandcamp.
served on a beach towel, apparently.
Because they don't have proper tables at the cabins at Bandcamp.
Okay, so the kid looks young. Now, he mentioned being in college in the past tense, so he's not in college anymore.
David Kimball.
I wasn't going to say anybody's name.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, there's that. Alrighty then. Just fuck you all. Just fuck everybody. We hate everybody. And here's everybody we hate by name.
If you don't want to be made fun of, you have to watch the show. That's the lesson learned here.
Sorry. I didn't even shit on that.
So, I don't know. Bunk beds?
Yeah,
really?
you do. Say it. Bunk beds. Bunk beds and a tube TV. That's really all you gotta say. Bunk beds and a tube TV. And like I said, I'm willing to bet that a fan is clipped on to the headboard of one of those bunk beds.
A PHAN?
No. Jesus.
It is time. If that would be my advice. I know David's career goals are to be a
Janitor at Microsoft. That's what he said yesterday.
a brand, and part of your brand shouldn't be bunk beds, dude.
No,
Fine.
we gotta.
No more
Because
It really
even if
puts
you're
a whole
not
new
living with your mom, everybody thinks you're living with your mom. Even if
It
you're not.
puts a whole new
you got
spin
bunk
on
beds
when
behind
you when you have a lady visitor and you say
Right.
you want to be on top. And
She's just gonna shut you right down and go, "I'll be top or bottom, you pick," and then you're done. She's just gonna go to the bottom bunk, and you're gonna
No,
pick the top bunk, and that'll
They
be
made
it.
a movie about that particular scene. The whole movie was built around that scene. It was called Big. Do you remember that?
yes,
Yes.
I do. I'm old enough to remember that. So.
Yeah.
I remember that movie, but I only remember the naughty part in it.
There was a naughty part in it.
I do believe there is a part at which you see the female's bra. And
Oh,
that
I
was
get
a
it,
naughty
because
part.
you were 8 when you watched it.
Because I was 8 years old, exactly, and it was a naughty part, and that's the only part of the movie I remember.
Let's see, when did that come out? When did Big come out?
Gosh, if only there was some way for us to find out.
I know. 1988. I was
my God.
18. That stands to reason because
One.
my idea of the naughty part, that was back when Tom Hanks had a smoking hot body.
Oh my
And
God.
him in the little underoos. I remember that was the naughty part for me in that movie.
I was 6. I was barely in kindergarten.
When I graduated from high school. Oh my God. I'm so old.
I do not understand how you could have found Tom Hanks hot. He looks like such a freaking D-bag.
Well, now.
Obviously,
No,
Tom
in
Hanks
the
is
movie,
not Brandon's type.
On the front
Yeah,
cover of
clearly.
that movie, he looks like the biggest freaking D-bag.
So who do you find hot, Brandon?
I'm just saying, like, I'm comfortable in my sexuality. I will say if there's a guy who's a good-looking guy. Tom Hanks on the front cover of that movie, not a good-looking guy. Just
Nope.
not. It's just not. See, Tim agrees with me. Man up, Andrew Long.
I'll man up.
Man up.
Easy.
Well, if I can find a picture of him in his underwear, I'll screen share it for you.
I don't
No, I'm good. I'm good
Yeah.
without that. We don't need that.
There's nothing about that is.
No,
I was
not only do I not want to see
18.
that, our viewers don't really care to see that.
I
I'm
was
pretty sure.
an 18-year-old hormone-laden nutbag, quite literally.
Oh, jeez.
And I hadn't even.
If you want to
come-
get exposed to homosexuality, watch the 25.4 podcast.
But not like
And we mean
contagious
exposed.
How will I explain it to my children?
exposed.
What about the children?
Well,
you
we've got this
instarted it
podcast.
right there.
We're gonna start being the podcast of choice in all the middle schools around America.
Exactly.
Let's hope not.
Screw that 18-plus designation.
All right.
All right, ladies.
I heard the door chimes that indicated Esteban's arrival.
The gong.
The gong?
He has to ring the bell.
He has to ring the
He
dinner
can't
bell
just Come on
now.
in.
No.
Esteban.
When he's ready for, there you go. When he's ready for his dinner, you hear the gong. That
Not
was
a-
your
not a
cue
little
to
velvety
play the
rings?
gong again.
Well, I didn't know he was ready for.
Yeah, you're gonna need to learn how to do that a little better.
Well, you have the controls. All right, boys and girls.
Yep. We're beating this one to death.
Yes,
Beating
we
this
have.
one to death. There it is. There
See
it
you
is.
later,
Everyone
bye.
said it. It's officially over.